Good morning and welcome back to the channel once again. Bit of a grey day today, in fact very grey, but apparently it's not going to rain, so I thought I'd get out on the CL. We're going to Pool Hall Cafe again today, a few things to talk about. I'll see you down the road. Yes, thanks for being with me, nice to have you back. I'm going to try and do a video without any editing today. I'm just going to ride. Oh, let's go down here a minute. Yeah, oh, they've cut the grass. Ah, this is our new pollinator area here. It looks like the pollination's finished because they've trimmed around the edges. Good job as well, actually, because it was getting a bit out of hand. Anyway, off the subject. Thanks for joining me. Trying to just go straight through today without a break. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, it's all very complicated, isn't it? It's like the M5. Yes, try to do a video about any editing today. I'm just going to go straight the way through. We'll go up some lanes and on our way to Pool Hall Cafe, which is our new meeting place on a Monday now. Everyone seems to love it there. Beautiful place, very pleasant place to sit, and seems to be our new #1 destination on a Monday when the food stop is closed. Just do a bit of filtering up here. The American viewers will be shouting at me saying, "What are you doing? That's illegal." No, it's not. It's not in the UK. So relax. As long as the traffic is stationary, perfectly legal. Right, just wanted to mention that first of all, some good news. There's a new bike channel. Well, sort of a new bike channel dedicated to the CL500, all with CL500 content. There's a chap that I've known for quite a while. I used to watch him on his channel riding his Royal Enfields about when I was getting some gen and some info on Royal Enfields. Lovely chap. He's called Stephen Woodman-Dix. Stephen Woodman-Dix, and he's better known as the Norfolk Thunderbolt, which is a fantastic, a great name. It really is. Quite Mickey taken name, because he sort of at the time was pootling around on a little 350 Enfield, the Norfolk Thunderbolt. I like it. Lovely guy. Similar sort of age group to my own. Oh, road ahead closed. That is going to cause some chaos in the area. Oh my gosh! So we're now going on the road that is usually a nice quiet little lane. There's going to be a lot of traffic coming up here, isn't there, with that diversion? So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, Stephen Woodman-Dix, Norfolk Thunderbolt, and I wanted to get a few people over to his channel actually. I think he's only got about, is it 250 subscribers, something like that. I'll leave a link in the description. Please go over there and sub to his channel. Reason why should you do that? Well, he's bought himself a new motorcycle. He's been watching some YouTube videos, and rather ironically, considering what I was saying on the last video, he's bought a bike on the strength of my videos. So you can imagine what he's bought. He's bought himself a CL500 Honda. So we have a new CL500 Honda channel. So if you're interested in this bike in particular, you can get some more content from Stephen upcoming. I think the bike he's bought is actually an ex demo bike from a dealer. Yeah, and it's a blue one, which of course is the wrong colour. Stephen, what are you thinking? They've got to be green. Look. Green. It's a scrambler. It's got to match the countryside. No, it's a lovely colour, beautiful blue, and no doubt we're going to be seeing some content from Stephen over the upcoming months and years, hopefully. So pop over to his channel and subscribe. Now the other thing I was going to have a little chat about today was the BSA Goldstar. Now I was at a dealer's recently, our local BSA dealers, and was having a little bit of a chat. I won't go into the depths of the chat because it's not my business to pass it on, but let's just say that my dealer is one of now many that have broken up with the brand and is no longer a BSA main dealer anymore. And let's just say the breakup was somewhat acrimonious. Let's just leave it at that. But it was quite interesting to hear about this, and I heard all the story about what are the goings on. So I thought I'd do a little bit more digging when I got back home. A very nice Z4 there, isn't it? And it seems that there's quite a few BSA dealers that are dropping off now. A lot of people are having problems, and a lot of dealers are dumping the brand, or the brand is dumping them. I don't quite know what's going on, so I'm just wondering what on earth's going on with the BSA. Obviously it was introduced to a great fanfare a few years ago as a serious competitor to the Royal Enfield, particularly the Royal Enfield Interceptor, of course. Now I must say, when I was off motorcycling for a period before I had the CL, and I decided I was going to come back, I couldn't, I've been off a few months and I couldn't take it. I had to get a bike again. One of the bikes I test rode was a BSA Goldstar, and it was actually from my local dealer, and I have to say I really enjoyed the bike. I had a good time on it. I didn't have it for just the 20 minutes. It was, I know them at the dealers, and they said carry on, take it, don't worry too much. And so I was off probably on it for about 2.5 hours or so a decent amount of time on the bike. Now admittedly I was desperate to get back on a bike again, any bike. I'd missed two wheels so much, so maybe that clouded my judgment slightly, but I have to say I really enjoyed the bike. And having previously quite a while ago, actually having had a quick ride on an Interceptor, I've got to say I preferred it. As you know, it's got that big 650 single, and the only thing that put me off the bike was maybe the very fact that it was a brand new machine and a bit of an unknown quantity. And some of the finishing, I have to say, some of the finishing wasn't great, but I think it quite up to Royal Enfield of the time, standards of the time. A very nice bike, and I really enjoyed riding it, so I've got absolutely nothing against the bike whatsoever. I think what I'm going to do is just tail off now until this tractor decides where it's going to go. Is this part of the diversion problem? Oh dear. I'll be back with you in a bit. Might just let that tractor pull away a bit. Typical, isn't it? I decided to do a video with no brakes in it, and what happens? There's a diversion and loads of traffic. It pumped up the lane that I'm planning to go on, and I meet a tractor. Marvellous. Caught up with it again already, look. Ah dear, oh dear. Yes, but the BSA, yeah, I quite liked the bike, I must say, and I was quite impressed with it overall. And it's even worse now, we're following a white van. So what is happening with the brand? I have read of a quite a large number of dealerships across the country that have jettisoned the brand and are no longer working with them, and apparently As I said, this isn't just because of choice. This is they've had serious problems. The bike itself has proven to be overall pretty good for a brand new bike. I don't think there's that many problems with it. This is going to be the most boring video ever, isn't it? Following a white van at 6 miles an hour. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Right, it's taken me about 500 yards to get past that tractor. Unbelievable. Just when I was going to do a video with no cuts in it. No chance of that. So what is happening with BSA? What's happening with the company? I really don't know, but it's not looking too favourable at the moment, is it? The first signs of maybe issues was the fact that I don't think they've sold as well as maybe the company would have hoped or expected. They came in at quite a stiff price. They actually were quite gutsy and came in as a new brand, more expensive than their most obvious direct competitor, the Interceptor. They were more expensive, which is a brave move, but I think probably in retrospect a foolish one. They should have gone in there and undercut the Interceptor to get the whole ball rolling on the brand, but they didn't. I think in retrospect that's probably a mistake, but since then, rather proving the point, they've now reduced the prices, and it's pretty easy now to pick up a brand new BSA Goldstar, maybe at last year's model, but for $4,999, really cheap price, and there's no doubt in the value of the bike at that price. So I think they made a mistake there with the initial pricing. There was a lot of criticism at the brand, but then there was always going to be criticism for a rebirthed British brand like that, made in India. As you probably know, the company that make them is owned by Mahindra. BSA is sort of a subsidised, not a subsidised, but a sub-brand of the Mahindra giant, who are very well known for making copies of Jeeps. If you've ever been to India, Mahindra Jeeps are everywhere, and they've proven generally, I think, to be pretty reliable vehicles, and quite well thought of. They certainly sell a lot of them in places like India itself, obviously, and the Asian subcontinent, also in Australia and South Africa. They sell a lot of them there. So a brand with some real good financial backing and a lot of experience in the motor industry. So not a brand that's going to sort of go bankrupt overnight or something like that, but are they going to pull the plug on this BSA thing? I don't know. I've no idea about that. I might be completely wrong, but there was, when they first came out, they also showed some ideas of other brands, other models, Scrambler version, which I think would have sold very well indeed, and that's never seen the light of day. In fact, the whole birth of the Goldstar was really, sadly, it was very badly timed, because it was struck by the COVID epidemic. Absolutely ruined the start of the brand, because it was just around that time they were trying to get started, and of course it absolutely messed up the beginning of the whole brand. So they weren't off to a good start. Oh, suicidal squirrel. So here we are, we're at Pool Hall Cafe. So yeah, I hope BSA do survive, I've got to say. I hope they do. And I hope this is just a blip in the road, but when you hear about dealers, let's just say, falling out in a big way with the brand, it's not good, is it? It's not a good sign. So there we are, there's Malc, and he's got the CB500X. This, ladies and gentlemen, is your first view of the CB500X. that Malcolm has bought. So I'll have a quick look around that and show it you. Yes, so there we are. Malcolm recently joined the 500 club. That's his little 500X there. He's very happy with it. He's certainly happy with the 90 plus of the gallon that he's managing to get from it. Unfortunately, he was pushing it into his shed recently and he managed to break the footrest off it. He thought it was just going up a bump, I think, and got a bit of extra force and broke the footrest, so it's been off the road for a week or so. But there you go, back on the road now. So 2 Honda 500s in the gang. So there we go, that's all from me. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now and sit in this rather beautiful location right off the main road there. So there you go, thanks for joining me and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.